It is when you feel like you are at your strongest, when you finally have things figured out, that's when you're at your weakest. And it is when you're at your weakest that Satan comes and attacks you with everything he's got to destroy you. There's a scripture that says, beware you think you stand, lest you fall. That's in 1 Corinthians 10:12. That scripture means that if you think you got to figure it out, if you think you're at your strongest, that's when you got to watch out, because a fall is coming and you're going to get humbled really quick. Satan always attacks you at your weakest. And for us, that's when we think we're at the strongest. For Jesus, right, his weakest moment, at least in Satan's eyes, was when he went to the wilderness to fast for 40 days. He was hungry, he was isolated, he had zero creature comforts, and he slept in the dirt for 40 days. To Satan, he thought that was the best and the most opportune time to attack him with everything he's got, because he knew that once Jesus started walking in his purpose, that Satan was toast, that Satan's kingdom was going to be destroyed. So he came at with him with everything he got against him. Satan's going to do the same with you. You have a purpose that God created you to accomplish. He is either setting you on a path to get you there and training you and preparing you for that, or you are walking in it right now. His goal is to destroy you out of that purpose, because you are a threat to his kingdom. And he will attack you when you think you're at your strongest, to make you do what you don't want to do. Take Herod, for instance, right? King Herod, back in biblical times, a king over Israel, parts of Israel. His wife wanted John the Baptist dead, because John the Baptist told his wife and Herod that they were in an illegal and abominable marriage, because she was his brother's wife. She wanted him dead. But Herod, before he even married this woman, respected John the Baptist. And here is actually a scripture in Mark 6:20, where it says, Herod feared John, knowing that he was a just and holy man, and he protected him. Herod protected John. And when Herod heard him, he did many things and heard him gladly. So not only did he protect John, but he heard his advice and he took his advice. Until, of course, his weakness came in, which was through this woman. And it came in various ways. She wanted John dead. Herod eventually caved in and had John in prison, but he wasn't willing to kill him. Look at what verse 21 says. Right after it says that Herod respected and listened to John, it says, then an opportune time came. An opportune time for Satan, essentially. In Luke chapter 4, verse 13, it says that after Jesus was tempted by the devil and overcame the devil, that Satan left him until the next opportune time. That's in Luke 4:13. It's not a coincidence that says that right here in this part about Herod. Well, the opportune time for Satan to attack Herod and get him to kill and destroy John, to try to stop John from accomplishing his purpose, was during a feast when Herod was drinking with his friends and with other powerful rulers and getting intoxicated, and was dancing provocatively in front of him. And Herod, pleased with the way she danced, said, I will give you anything you want. I am that pleased with you. I'll even give you up to half of my kingdom. And I swear it that I'll give it to you. So you know what she asked for? Well, this was the opportune time, right? She asked for the head of John the Baptist on a silver platter. And you would think that a man that respected and feared John the Baptist and knew he was a holy man and man of God would have said no. But not for Herod, because his weaknesses were the fear of what other people think and alcohol and women. Those were all his weaknesses wrapped up in one. Read what verse 26 says after she asked for this. And King Herod was exceedingly sorry, yet because of the oaths he made and because of those who sat with him, he did not want to refuse her. The fear of the world and the fear of people. That is his greatest weaknesses. And they all came together at one point. So he called for John the Baptist and had him beheaded and brought his head in on a silver platter, which normally on a normal day he would have never done. But Satan knows his weaknesses. Satan knows that when he thinks he's the strongest, he's going to come after him with everything he's got, because he's really at his weakest. So for us, for all those getting trained in their purpose, for all those that are walking in your purpose, be careful that you think you have all this figured out, that everything's going well for you, and that you're cruising along and destroying Satan's kingdom, because I'm going to tell you right now, that is your weakest moment, and that's when Satan's going to come. The ultimate rule of warfare isn't to attack the enemy at its strongest. It is always to attack when you know you have the advantage. So what is that advantage that Satan thinks he has over you? Because that's the area that he's going to come after you in. And usually those areas, you know what they are. Usually you cave in those areas. So it's time to get rid of those, so he cannot come at the opportune time and use those against you.